Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Lori.
Welcome to Pumpkins and Creating Magic.
So excited for today. Need
I
this
have
so
I
bad.
have our special guests. Ooh.
Da, 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 da.
This is one of those, I think they're called Cinderella pumpkins, right?
Ooh,
They're like really, oh, the color. It's like
ready to
color
become.
magic.
Yeah, it's deep. Is it orange? Just red?
It's almost red, but it's a deep, deep,
Mm.
yeah, dark orange. And then I've got one of our typical nice orange pumpkins back here too.
Oh, I see it there. Hello, pumpkin. I was supposed to bring a gourd, and I realized I didn't go get it.
Oh, that's okay. That's why I have two.
Right? One for
And this
me,
is
one
for
for you.
you.
Thank you. Into the Connecticut coon you come. My
Yay.
previous years I grow pumpkins, but they didn't do well this year with all the
Oh.
water here in Connecticut. So I got some rotten pumpkins, but I didn't get not carvable ones. Not this year.
A lesson.
Next
That's
year.
another potent lesson in life,
Sometimes
right?
they just want to become the earth again.
Back to the earth. Yep.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So let's get all comfy cozy into our pumpkin and magic cocoon today. I'm so excited to share this with everybody. And if you are joining us online, then why don't you grab yourself a journal and a pen, a few pieces of paper, and some art supplies, anything. I really like colored pencils, markers, crayons, but you could even play with paint. Anything goes. And just make sure that you feel comfortable in your surroundings, have a glass of water, get nice and comfy in your clothes and in your environment, because we are going to be doing a little bit of gentle movement, some vocal play, some creativity. Today is just all about embodying pumpkin and tuning into your unique magic within. So thank you all for joining us today. Okay, so here's our official agenda for today, Pumpkins and Creating Magic. So we're going to do a little bit of introductions, and then we're going to share about magic and some pumpkin story time, a little bit of folklore, and why are pumpkins so magical, and what is magic anyway? And then Sarah's going to be guiding us through a Grow Your Pumpkin Within guided visualization. I'm so excited for that already. And then I'll be guiding us through two intuitive writing prompts, which is why you have your journal with you. Then we'll be creating your magic symbol. And if we have time, we could actually do two today as well. And then Sarah will be guiding us in vocal play for your unique magic. And this is where we use our voice and also our body to really embody our unique magic. And then we'll just be sharing some ways that you can then infuse your magic into your life. And we'll do a little bit of sharing, and you feel free to share with us what you discover in the comment section below. We would love to hear about any pumpkin stories, any magical things that you discover today.
Yes, and with expressive arts and creative embodiment, anything you're feeling within your body too, any insights you discovered or observations or sensations, feel free to share. We'd love to hear it because that's how we move the energy within us and out us and keep it flowing and keep our connections with ourselves and others around us. So, Lori,
All right,
I'm
let's
going to start with you. So tell me, I just want you to tell me a little bit about what brought you here, what excites you, and what is on your heart today.
well, my name's Lori. I'm in the Michigan cocoon, and I feel like pumpkins are this magical portal into the next season. And I love that they start to arrive right before the autumn equinox. And I feel like they just inspire so much creativity to me. And I don't know, I just start to get all into the magical mood at this time of year. So I've already read, I think, four or five books that are on a little bit leaning toward the more magical realism and witchy kind of vibe, like herbal magic. And I feel like I just want to like consume magical stories and folklore, and I want to ground myself into the earth again and just like start that like descent into the darker time of the year, while also just like soaking in like the last rays of late summer magic sun. So I don't know. I'm here because I'm here for all of it. I love the seasonal transition. I love the magic. I love pumpkins. You and I have done multiple pumpkin chats at this time.
Yes.
I think we've done two now, so this will be number three for like learning even more about how magical pumpkins are. So yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm here for all of that. What about you?
Oh, I was like thinking as you were saying, like what comes up for pumpkin, and we're like everything pumpkin and trying to even infuse it throughout the whole year, not just this time, but this is the kickoff time. Pumpkin, just yeah, it feels so much end of summer, beginning of fall. For me, pumpkin is connection, because what comes up is all the connections and traditions with my family I grew up in, whether it's picking a pumpkin or drying out the pumpkin seeds or having pumpkin pie and gatherings and social. And I know I've mentioned this in previous pumpkin chats, but me and my younger sister had a pumpkin, like a little pumpkin ditty, little vocal play. Me and my pumpkin, we bonded, because we had to pick out our pumpkins, and it was like a really important time, like what pumpkin you were going to pick. But I was realizing as I revisited that memory again just now, I'm like, oh no, that's when me and my sister bonded, because we are quite a few years apart. So I feel like even with that, pumpkin's like, I'm gonna put these two together a little bit. So that magic of connection and that nostalgia. And I also thought about for a moment those times that I would pick out pumpkins. And it's a huge tradition here in my family of four that we now create every year. And when I do go to pick out the pumpkin, when you're talking about becoming one with the earth, as a kid and still to this day, I avoid the round ones. I usually pick one that's got a nice flat side, and I think I want to just be that pumpkin that's been chilling with a big part of its side connected to the earth. So that kind of came through just now too. That's what's going on, and I could really infuse some pumpkin magic, because when I think about pumpkin and transformations and all the things pumpkin can become, that's where I'm feeling right now in my life. That someone said bibbity bobbity boo, and now I'm like, what am I becoming?
Ah!
So yeah, ready to see what that is, what magic beholds,
Bippity boppity boo.
right?
Boop.
Ta-da!
I love that.
Uh,
Thank you. Oh, yeah, that rounded it all out. There's just so much about this time of year and that pumpkin spring. So let's get into it. Let's get into our story time. So let's start by talking a little bit about magic. How do you define magic? Why is it so alluring and mysterious? Do you ever feel a longing to live in a more magical world where anything was possible? What made Harry Potter so popular? And have you noticed how many different kinds of witch there are now? You can be a green witch, a kitchen witch, a cottage witch, a hearth witch, and I'm pretty sure we could probably be pumpkin witches today. I think you get my point. Magic is here. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. So, what is magic? And I've got a definition for us from the Merriam-Webster dictionary. And here are just a few of them. So, the use of means such as charms or spells believed to have supernatural power over natural forces. something that seems to cast a spell, an enchantment. And then the art of producing illusions by sleight of hand. I find it fascinating that magic is described as supernatural, meaning beyond the laws of nature, what we humans can observe, like spirits or ghosts. So maybe there's this reason we're so vexed and intrigued by it. It's something we can't simply explain or control. But what does magic mean to you personally? What faces, locations, memories, pictures, or feelings come to mind when you hear this word, magic? I'm going to share a little piece from this book by Elizabeth Gilbert called Big Magic. Really love this section. So she says, I say with confidence, I happen to believe we are all walking repositories of buried treasure. I believe this is one of the oldest and most generous tricks the universe plays on us human beings, both for its own amusement and for ours. The universe buries strange jewels deep within us all, and then stands back to see if we can find them. The hunt to uncover those jewels, that's creative living. The courage to go on that hunt in the first place, that's what separates a mundane existence from a more enchanted one. The often surprising results of that hunt, that's what I call big magic. So today we are all going on a creative exploration to find our big magic. So why pumpkins? Like, why? So here's some pumpkin magic. Pumpkins are a symbol of the harvest. And when we think of harvest, we often think of abundance, prosperity, and happiness. Also, pumpkins inspire our creativity and imagination. So you can look at all of the ways that we use pumpkins at this time of year, both in the kitchen and then with our loved ones, or simply for ourselves, even if we want to be a pumpkin witch and putting them into rituals and spells. Pumpkins also support our health and well-being, and I highly recommend that you do a quick internet search to see all of the health benefits of pumpkins and how they support our bodies in so many ways. Pumpkins also represent potential and transformation. So just think of how full each pumpkin is with seeds, and they become so many more pumpkins. And pumpkins also offer protection and important life lessons. And we'll see a little bit more of that in the next slide, where I'm just going to share a few of the world fairy tales and folklore that we can find with pumpkins. Pumpkin fairy tales and folklore. Yay! So in the United States, we have this tradition of carving pumpkins, and we call them jack-o'-lanterns. But I don't know about you, Sarah, but I didn't know where this came from. And there are many different sort of renditions of this tale. So some of them are different from each other. So you might want to do your own search on this. But it does come from an old Irish, Scottish tradition of carving turnips to scare away stingy Jack. And you can find out more about who Stingy Jack is, but basically he sold his soul to the devil and then was sort of haunting people. And these scary turnip faces would be put outside to scare away Stingy Jack. And so when people moved over to Turtle Island or North America, they found that pumpkins were a much better choice for carving. You could do so much more with a pumpkin. And so now we have our jack-o'-lanterns. So that's our little jack-o'-lantern fairy tale. And then in India, there is a magical pumpkin tale where a man named Kundan, who, like Cinderella, is searching for true love. He actually uses a magical pumpkin to win his true love named Gauri. And then the Enchanted Pumpkin of China. And this is a tale where a farmer found a glowing pumpkin that had inside a magical fairy who came out and granted him and his family 3 wishes that changed his life. And afterwards, she actually went back inside the pumpkin. So she went back to being a pumpkin. It was just a very sweet tale. And then in Japan, there's a tale of an old man, and his name is Kotubori Jisan. And he befriends forest creatures and is then rewarded with a magical pumpkin that also grants wishes, but it can also transform into different objects, helping him overcome challenges and restore balance to the world. I really want to read more about that one. And then in Native American culture, there is the Great Pumpkin, who was a powerful deity who controlled the seasons and the harvest, and the pumpkin was believed to be a sacred gift, providing sustenance for the tribe. And all of this is from this website, homeupgradeplace.com, pumpkin-related folklore. And there were actually many more stories. So highly recommend checking out how much pumpkin shows up around the world for so many years now. It's been part of our folklore. And now we're going to transition into a guided visualization. So inviting you to get comfy and cozy. You might want to put yourself into a comfortable position with a blanket and close your eyes. And Sarah's going to be guiding us on a journey to discover our unique magic by becoming our pumpkin within.
Okay, so find a comfortable position. Close your eyes if you'd like. And for this visualization, we want to bring a nature-inspired feeling for what we want to feel to create our magic and find our magic within us through pumpkin. And these kind of visualizations with nature are so important when we're having those busy days where we can't get out and enjoy the world around us, or maybe we're just not feeling up to it, or just don't have the access to be in nature or see nature. So visualizations like today can still have the same benefits as being out in nature. As little as 1 minute of visualizing can help you with your own transitions from one activity to another, boost your motivation, and increase your energy. So soak up all these benefits as we become our pumpkin within. Start with a nice deep breath in. And exhale. We are going to go on a 3-month journey together to grow our pumpkin. And like all pumpkins, our pumpkin will start with a seed. So see your seed, get ready to be planted into the soil, and find that special sacred space to grow. Where will you be planted? In a garden, in a forest, on a farm, in a pot. And now you enter the soil just below the surface as your pumpkin seed. This little bundle of magic that's going to become something bigger as the months go by. And your sharp edge is pointing down towards the core of the earth, and your curved edge is closer to the surface. And you just be surrounded by soil, moist, held, dark, and quiet. And after about a week of just sitting in this stillness, your first root comes out as your shell gets softer and softer. This root collects water and minerals and nutrients around you. And before you know it, you're sprouting your first 2 leaves through the surface of the earth, breaking through for that magical birth into the world. As you continue to collect water and more minerals and nutrients, you start to grow your first 2 true leaves as your sprout dries and becomes one with the earth again. These dark green leaves are meant to soak up the first rays of sun to give you more energy, more life, and more magic for your pumpkin within. As the days go by and you soak up the sun and you get more energy and more food, more warmth, more water, you now start to develop your roots under the earth, a fibrous network about 12 inches below, spreading, giving you more energy, more water, more nutrients, and all the little bits of magic from the earth coming through your roots, going into your plant as you start to develop your vines. Week after week after week, your vines get longer and longer, and your tendrils grow 1 inch, 2 inches, 6 inches a day, and you just start to spread. Where are your vines spreading? Your leaves growing bigger? Over the soil? Over a fence? Through an orchard? Spread longer and longer till you're about 20 feet long of vines. And before you know it, your first male flowers start to bloom. And they open the beginning of dawn, collecting the morning dew for about 4 hours until they close again. 1 flower, 2 flowers, 3 flowers, until you have about 8 flowers on your vines, and your first female flower starts to bloom. Now both in sync, opening the beginning part of each day and then closing together to collect all that magic that will be growing your pumpkin. And all the pollinators start to come as your flowers are open. The ants, the bees, the butterflies, the wind, pollinating the flowers and starting to grow your first green orb. Here comes your pumpkin, infused with all the magic, ready for you. As it grows, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Is it a small orange pumpkin, or big and round and smooth? Is it flat? Is it striped? Is it green or yellow or white? And as the weeks go on, your pumpkin ripens and it becomes its shape. It develops its pulp and its seeds, and it's full and ready and waiting for you. Infused with the magic of pumpkin, your full-grown pumpkin awaits, and it has a gift for you, just for you. Special, unique space for you, a treasure, your magic that's been inside you, grown in your pumpkin. Your pumpkin is ready to give this to you. So what do you see as you go inside pumpkin and open it up to find your magic? What is your treasure? And it can be anything that pumpkin wants to reveal to you, this gift for you, reminding you your magic has always been inside you. Is it a special toy from when you were a child? Is it a person in your life? Something physical? Is it a thought or an idea? Or maybe an aspect of you? Something creative, some kind of quality that you hold within yourself. Sit with it, whatever it is pumpkin has given you. And now, before we come back to our human bodies, after being with pumpkin and embodying pumpkin and becoming our pumpkin and finding that beautiful magical gift inside, we want to thank pumpkin for reminding us what's always been within and for this gift. as you open your eyes and come back to you and bring in your breath. I just want you to observe any sensations you might be feeling in your body. Any energy flowing through. Okay, you can come back to the cocoon and join us for our next section.
All right, thank you so much, Sarah. That was so beautiful. I can't wait to hear what you had inside your pumpkin. I know I had to dry my eyes because what was inside of mine just brought immediate tears. So thank you so much for sharing that. And feel free, if you're listening in, to share what was inside of your pumpkin. I'm just going to transition us to some intuitive writing prompts now. So you can grab your journal and take some time to come back, stay within yourself, but come back into a writing position. So our first writing prompt is, how do you define magic? And allow yourself, I'm going to give us about 5 minutes here. So allow yourself to just flow with whatever comes to you and let all of the definitions to what is magic just flow out of you. And we'll go to our second writing prompt, which is, what unique magic do you carry within? And again, just allow whatever bubbles up, just let yourself write. Sometimes it's helpful to just keep writing and see what else wants to appear on the page. And yeah, really allow this to flow out of you. What unique magic do you carry within? And we'll take about 5 minutes here. So now we're going to take these intuitive answers and we're going to take some time to create a symbol. So for our intuitive art process today, I invite you to maybe pick out a few key words that really stand out to you uniquely for your unique magic. So you might actually find some things from how you define magic, as well as what unique magic you bring, and maybe come up with 2 to 3 keywords that you can use as inspiration to bring into a symbol that you create. And a symbol can be anything from what we typically see, like a peace sign or a heart. These are symbols, but you can also create your own symbol. So if you want to be elaborate with it, feel free. This is your unique symbol, and it's something that you can then infuse into your life. So you can make it into a bigger painting, you can draw it into your food, you can put it on your mirror. So something that's going to be simple enough to be able to bring into your life, but that definitely exudes the feeling of your unique magic. And I don't have an example to share because I'm going to be creating this with you. But I know that so far I can feel a direction. So I know that magic for me has to do with light and awe and inspiration. And so I can already feel something that's going to be similar to a sun or a star type symbol coming through, but I don't know what it's going to look like yet. So be open to being surprised by your symbol. All right, enjoy. All right, so that wraps up our symbol creating And from here, we're going to transition into our vocal play section with Sarah. And I can't wait to see what you've created, Sarah, as well.
Yes. Thank you, Lori, for all of that. It's all kind of landing like magical bits in my space over here between our intuitive writing and our symbol. And now we get to take it one step further beyond words to create our vocal play. So, for those of you who don't know what vocal play is, it's just creating a unique sound to you to connect with something within yourself or the world around you or with others. And it's going beyond words to tap into what you're feeling in your body, putting it with gentle movements and cycling through until you get some kind of body sensation. Aha, this is my sound. And it could be a sweet smile. It could just be like a calm that you feel. I get teary eyed. Could be a yawn, a chill during this process to use your voice to release it into the world. And so today, you could guess, we're going to create a sound for your unique magic. And the other reason that Lori and I infuse this into creative embodiment and expressing ourselves is vocal play is very fun. We keep it light, lots of smiling, lots of laughing. And that's just an important part to us being human beings. And it helps us release stress, increases serotonin levels, and it can even help us with our sleep cycles and things like that. So there's a nice little reasoning behind why we do the voice work and get goofy and get silly together. So I'm going to demonstrate this. I already started feeling some things coming in while I was doing my writing and while I was doing my symbol for my unique magic and what the pumpkin presented. So I guess I'll just share it all and we'll just go for it. So during my meditation, which is so interesting to lead and to receive at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if I can say this without crying. My pumpkin gave me a blanket. So, um, there is a lot of symbolism within that blanket. And in my intuitive writing, the blanket showed me that my magic is comforting. So, comforting myself, comforting others. A blanket can be such a special space of connection, sharing a blanket and warmth with someone. It can be a tool for playfulness, so making a fort, almost like a magic carpet ride, um, a picnic, playing hide and seek, hiding under the dark with a blanket, using it as a cape, a swing. I don't know if you ever did this, but me and my two sisters, we'd put someone inside the blanket, hold each end, swing, 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 throw someone on the bed or the couch, or hopefully not the floor. So, just a little bit about blanket, and Lori and I have been exploring a lot just for me, um, observing instead of being the talker or the entertainer. So this quieter space of silence. And I realized today that blanket is like this in between. So like the observer watching TV or watching the show, that's the observer. And then there's the show, and then I'm the blanket, the in between space. So my symbol for that is very long share here. But this is just kind of the buzz of the world right here. So we've got the earth and the vibrations of the earth and the land and everything that comes into your day. And then just this yellow halo is the blanket, my magic, my comfort, connecting, feeling calm, feeling collected, Um, it also brought up Harry Potter's invisibility cloak and Linus's safe space from Peanuts. So just some other fun things that Pumpkin's like, here's a blanket. So anyway, with that comes my vocal play, which anything goes for sound. It can be a hum, it can be oohs and ahs, it can be a tune that you know of a song or a made up tune. It can be nature sounds, animal sounds, anything goes, and putting some gentle movements to it. And then after, you can receive some messages. So, did your voice go up? Did it go down? Did it get high? Did it get low? Were your movements fast? Were they slow? And so I have a song that is coming in from when I was a child. I don't know anyone born in the 80s. It's a little cassette tape. It had your name on it. I think it was like Celebrations or something. But I had one, and so did my family members. And it was called Sarah. And so the first song, and I'm going to play around with it to demonstrate the beginning of my vocal play. And then we're all going to go off and create our own for our unique magic. So the beginning of mine is the beginning of that cassette, which is, "Hello, Sarah, how do you do? I'm gonna sing some songs for you, some fast songs and slow songs and funny songs too. So come in and join along and have some fun too." And then there's this whole like 80s, "We're gonna sing about Sarah. We're gonna sing about Sarah. We're gonna sing about Sarah, 'cause she's a special girl." And I see Lori laughing hysterically. So I'm going to take that because I can feel that that's the beginning, but it hasn't landed because I'm not getting the body sensations. But I also noticed I was doing this for some body movements. So I might, and it actually is feeling a bit like my pulsing of comfort around the world. So I might play around a little bit with this, change the words, and we'll just keep seeing with the vocal play. Um, so I invite you to take, what do you think, Lori? 5, 10 minutes? Yeah, maybe we'll take 5 minutes and play around and check in and see if we can land, or just start the process of creating a sound for your magic. All right, so welcome back, everyone. And I'm sure you just got the beginning of your vocal play exploration. So I also invite you to record your process, or even once you've landed your vocal play. So you can see, you can just video record yourself on your phone. So you can see how your body moves and anything that changes and what your vocal play is, so you can infuse it into your day later on and remember it. So I invite you to keep exploring that, and feel free to share with us as well any discoveries you had along the way, or what you experienced, or any body sensations you had after you landed your vocal play.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. That was really cool. I had some nostalgic but updated experiences. It was very interesting, similar to what you were showing us with your example. So I think I needed that. So thank you.
Yes, and mine transformed with, how Pumpkin does that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
my words changed, and it was just connecting with all different things and people in my world, with some
Oh,
fun movements with that. So,
oh my gosh.
mm,
That's so great. I can't wait to share more. Thank you for exploring with us today all of your creativity and tuning into your unique magic. If you enjoyed today's gathering, you can join us for our next one, which is going to be Leaves and Transitions, Letting Go with Grace. And that will be Thursday, October 26th. It'll be 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we hope you can join us. The way to join is through our website, which is hellofromthecocoon.com. And you can either go to our Stay Connected page and join our newsletter, or you can go to our Cocoon Gatherings page and sign up there. And if you want to come say hello, we're also on Instagram, and our YouTube channel are both at Hello from the Cocoon. So we'd love to see you there, and feel free to share any stories or pumpkin or magical things with us there. So I'm going to open it up for share time. And these are just some ways you might want to start sharing what your experience was. So what magic is inside your unique pumpkin when we did our pumpkin meditation? How do you define magic? What did you learn about your unique magic? Was anything surprising that you didn't expect? What did you experience with your writing, your symbol creating, or your vocal play? And how does your body feel out after exploring your vocal play and movement? So any of these can be something that you share. Oh, pumpkin love.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.